Did you know the perfume you wear can say a lot about your personality? Whether it's the sweet scent of vanilla or like a sharp citrus zest, every fragrance has its own story. So what does your favorite perfume say about you? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a world where scents meet with psychology. Have you ever wondered why you're drawn to certain fragrances? It's not about just a personal preference, but it's about what does this fragrance say about me? Like when I walk past somebody, what is this fragrance speaking for me without me having to open my mouth yet? So I know like if I am just out and about, and a lot of times when people smell good, it makes them go up on the physical, with the physical attraction scale. So, you know, maybe it's a man walking by, he just like a regular guy, but once he, you know, you smell like, but not too much, because some people wear too much and it's just like, you know, we could smell you just too much. Like when I go to the gym, okay, you can smell good at the gym, but if I'm on the elliptical or something, or on a Stairmaster, I shouldn't be able to smell you from like, you know, 5 yards away or whatever. Like, this too much, sir. But anyways, back on topic. So it's not just about smelling good, but it's about what your scent says about you. So how does it affect other people around you? And I just want to explore this together, and I have a list here to share some of my personal top picks. I've kind of done a little research for y'all, so let's just get straight into it. As far as me personally, I just want to say I personally love fragrances that make a statement. For instance, I would say something that's very rare about my collection is I often go for unisex, because they carry a boldness or uniqueness that kind of resonates with my personality. So I like to turn heads, break necks. You know, those are the kind of fragrances I like, because if I smell it and it's making me like, ooh, like I don't want no mid, like, oh, this smells good, you know. Whether it's feminine, masculine, unisex, there's a way you can pull it off. Trust me, you can pull it off. It's a lady, like I said, Alejandra, that works at Louis Vuitton, a good friend of mine. She's taught me a lot. Like, she works at Louis Vuitton and she wears mostly the masculine fragrances. And at first she'll be like, you know, like Umbre Nomad, like that's a bit powerful. But I promise, the way she explained it, because she wears the masculine fragrances and her husband wears the feminine fragrances. And she says every time they go out, they like turn, not that she wants to be a man, you know, it's not like that. Like, she's feminine. It's just like, I don't think people really think about that, you know. Because if you think about it, if you wear a male fragrance and you're trying to attract the opposite sex, why not wear that fragrance? I don't know. Maybe I just made that up, but I'm not saying go out here and smell like a man, y'all. I'm just saying, like something like Royal Oud by Creed, I would not wear that at all. That's very masculine, super masculine. Wear what you think smells good and make sure it smells good on you, because like I said, something sprayed on paper, cardboard, whatever, is different from something that's sprayed on your skin. Like, you have to think about your body type, you know, blood, warm or cold-blooded, all that stuff matters. And of course, if you guys would like, I can go through my collection that I have in another video. But as far as just a little story about my background in fragrances, I've been wearing fragrances since I was super little. So my dad just made it his mission to always like keep us, that's one thing my dad always did, like make sure that we had perfumes. And mainly we just got them from Bilk. And I never really wore Bath and Body Works before. I've never bought any. Like, I bought a candle from there, but as far as those scents, like body sprays, most of the things that I wore were like fragrances. So I wore a lot of Juicy Couture and stuff when I was in high school. So that kind of sparked my love for perfumes, because I would notice, like when I go to school, you know, just getting a compliment that you smell good. I feel like that's like a top tier compliment. Before we jump into some of my top picks, I do want to talk about the difference between niche and designer fragrances really quick. So Designer fragrances are typically what you'll find in the department store. So they're made by fashion companies, so like Gucci, Prada, Juicy Couture, J'adore, Dior, that's known to the general public. Niche fragrances, on the other hand, are often produced by brands that's dedicated solely to perfumery. So like Byredo would be one. Another would be Parfums de Marly, the Diptyque, MFK, which is a big one. I have a few that I like from there. Creed is a big one, I would say. And there's tons. You have Initio. There's a lot of different fragrance houses. But that's the difference between niche and designer fragrances. So now I'm more into like companies that specifically focus on specializing in perfumes. I never really recommend blind buying anything. If anything, you can try it out. Like go get a sample if you have a Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom nearby you, or Bloomingdale's especially. You can find Bond Number 9 at Bloomingdale's specifically. Some fragrances that I want to break down that are like my favorite 3 in my collection right now would be Chelsea Nights Bond Number 9. Now, why do I choose Chelsea Nights Bond Number 9? Well, as far as the description, I would say it's bold, warm, and it's a seductive fragrance. Some of the key notes are patchouli, vanilla, and musk. And some people describe it as a sexy dessert. Like the seasons is for is like fall, winter. And if I had to give more details about it, I would say it's great for like evening events and like leaving a lasting impression. If I had to give Chelsea Nights a comparison with characters, let's just say actresses. So I would say for Taraji P. Henson. So she's known for her powerful and charismatic roles. So I would say she would be somebody that would be perfect, ideal to, what does this smell like? If it could be bottled up in a personality. Or like Penelope Cruz. She's often playing like passionate and commanding characters. And another person I would say that could be characterized by Chelsea Nights would be Fan Bingbing, and she's known for her striking presence and her influential roles in like Chinese cinema. Now, the second one I want to talk about is L'Immensity by Louis Vuitton. So L'Immensity is a masculine scent. It's a male fragrance, and I feel like with the right setting, it fits perfectly. The notes in L'Immensity are grapefruit, ginger, and ambrox. That's some of the key notes. And as far as seasons, I would say it's like an all-year fragrance. And if you want to be like versatile, switch it up, it's good for both night and day occasions. I would say this could be like a signature everyday fragrance. And if I had to assign L'Immensity to some actresses based on their roles, I would say Zoe Saldana, because she's often playing like a strong, like adventurous character. Another would be Scarlett Johansson. I love Scarlett Johansson. She's known for her roles in action movies, Marvel, etc. She plays Black Widow. And another I would say is Priyanka Chopra Jonas. She's married to Nick Jonas. She's a versatile actress as well, and she's known for her roles in both Bollywood and Hollywood. The final fragrance I would say, and this is in no particular order either, is Kelly Kalish or Kelly Kalishe. I think it's Kalish by Hermes. It is a classy, very elegant, a very mature fragrance, but it's very feminine and it's warm and sexy. So the notes in Kelly Kalish is leather, rose, mimosa, and iris. And as far as the seasons, I would say for Kelly would be spring and fall. And I think it's perfect for like formal gatherings and sophisticated social settings. And for this fragrance, I would say some key people that I would see wearing it would be Cate Blanchett. She often plays roles of like a strong will, like a sophisticated woman. Another person I would say is Lupita Nyong'o, and she's known for her elegant, like poised and powerful scene presence. And lastly, I would say Michelle Yeoh, and she's portrays the elegant and strong character as well. She's known for her grace and poise as well. But I just added those actresses in there so it would give you an idea of how this were to smell. If you like I said, I don't recommend blind buying anything, but these are what all three of these I feel like are Nick Turners. The first time I smelled Chelsea Nights was at a Bloomingdale's, and it's out of every Bond number 9 fragrance, it's my favorite. As far as Lemensity, I was like confused because it's a masculine, it's a male fragrance, but it doesn't really, it just gives more feminine than masculine or unisex if anything. And then as far as the Kelly Cliche, it was a lady from France that was in the airport, and it wasn't like it was a overpowering, but it was like a like, when you're walking past a Italian restaurant, like Italian food has a distinct smell, very inviting, warm, flavorful smell. That's kind of how I got that feeling when I smelled her fragrance, and that's how I feel about the Kelly Cliche. I know some of the fragrance we've talked about can hit the wallet pretty hard, but here's a gem that I'm dropping that other people might not want me to share, and they might get mad at me in this video, but it's Joma Shop. So it's an online store where you can find luxurious goods, including high-end perfumes at significantly reduced prices. And no, it's not one of those sketchy sites. Joma Shop is totally legit. Like when I first got on it, I was like, no way. Like I bought a few fragrances off of there. Like I'm not sitting up here buying Tom Ford. I'm not going to Neiman Marcus and spending $300 every time. Also, if there are, more better prices out there for the same product, then that's a no-brainer. Joma Shop, like I said, is totally legit. It's not like one of those dupe sites or anything like that. They've been in business for over 30 years. They offer genuine designer products, from watches to handbags to, yes, perfumes. And they managed to keep the prices low by bypassing traditional retail channels and passing the savings on to you. So if you're looking to score some luxurious scents without breaking the bank, I suggest Joma Shop. And for those of you who are like me and aren't into dupes, but you still want options, I would recommend finding a fragrance subscription because it's easier on the budget. And then I've heard of a brand called Olfactive, I think, but it's just a unique platform that offers niche perfume samples through like a subscription service. And this is perfect for, if you're exploring high quality fragrances without committing to a full bottle. This site selects unique scents that stand out and giving you the chance to experience luxurious fragrances at the fraction of a price. And it's always a fun way to discover your new scent, without having any of the serious risk of buying a whole bottle of something you might not even like. And I'm all about keeping it real with you guys. I do not wear dupes. I always go for the real fragrances because I feel like smell is something that I consider it a form of self-care because I like to smell good. Because there's a reason that this is at what price it is, because you have to look at whether it's a perfume or a toilette. And like perfumes last longer and look like at the oil base in the actual fragrance, So as far as the dupes and everything, I don't shame anybody. I know somebody that wears dupes, which is nothing wrong with that. So like I said, you can still bypass not having to buy a dupe with smart shopping, like with Joma Shop, or even just trying a subscription service out first. Remember that smelling good doesn't have to cost a fortune. And with these tips, I think you're well on your way to smelling like $1 million, smelling like, oh, who is that girl breaking necks, or who is that guy? Like I said, I wear male fragrances sometimes, and I know males that wear female fragrances. So I guess it's whatever your gist is. So your choice of fragrance says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. Whether you choose bold, mysterious, or elegant scents, remember that each fragrance adds a layer to your personal story. And I encourage you to think of perfume more than just a beauty product, but as a tool for personal expression and psychological influence. I promise you, I have remembered more people, like conversations with people that smell good, than just having regular conversations. Like the fact that I'm able to remember the guy specifically, like when I was at high school working at my high school job, and I'm It's been 10 years. It hasn't been 10 years, but that was a while ago. And I still remember, oh, that guy smelled good. I can smell him from the kitchen or whatever. And, when I was in the store at Walmart, this guy smelled good. I remember those interactions specifically. Moving deeper into the psychology part, it's fascinating how scents can influence perceptions, interactions. Fragrances can evoke memories, they can trigger emotions, and even affect how people behave. They can assert dominance, or they can evoke nostalgia, or they can enhance an allure that you have. This psychological impact is why choosing the right perfume for you is so important. It's not just about what you like, but also the message you want to send and making sure that fragrance fits your archetype. Now I'm gonna get down into the dark psychology of it. First, emotional manipulation. Fragrances have a direct pathway to the brain's limbic system, which is involved in behavior, emotions, and memory. And this connection means that certain scents can evoke strong emotions or recall vivid memories. So, for instance, a perfume that smells like vanilla make someone feel warmed and comfort due to its association with maybe a childhood memory of baking. And then if we talk about scent and perception, the dark psychology of fragrances also comes into play, how scents affect perceptions of a person's character and capabilities. For example, clean and fresh scents often may lead people to perceive somebody as more trustworthy and more competent. Conversely, like a heavier, muskier scent might convey a sense of mystery or power. So fragrance becomes a tool for shaping how individuals and just shaping how you're viewed by others. It's almost like I said, it's like a nonverbal way of communicating. And you can use that to your advantage to make lasting first impressions or influence certain people. So like when I go to work, those are the kind of fragrances I wear. I wear more strong, I wouldn't say strong, not like manly, but more bold smells to work. When I go out to the grocery store, I may wear something sweet, something feminine, something welcoming, or the park or something more like that. And then, whether it's church or whatever, it's different scents for different occasions. And if you look at the social dynamics of fragrances, they can affect a social dynamic by creating a sense of allure or even dominance. So some scents are considered particularly seductive and can be used to attract attention in social settings. And on the other hand, bolder, unique scents can set somebody apart, establishing like a sense of individuality or perhaps even like a status, like setting a status quo. Another thing I know as far as the behavior influence, I know that scents can also drive behaviors in like subtle ways. So for instance, like citrus scents can be seen as like energizing and can like increase alertness and cognitive function, making them a good situation where focus and energy are desired. And similarly, like lavender, chamomile, you just got to think about it. Like when you burn those essential oils in your house, you have a scent that you have when you're cleaning up the house. You have a scent that you have when you're doing the laundry. You have a scent that you have when you're going to bed at night. This is how we have to think about fragrances. Like, do you want to have that calming effect like lavender? You can use that strategically. Like if you're going into a conversation with someone, maybe it's a tough conversation, I don't know, maybe you just want to bring the calmness to the conversation and promote like relaxation, maybe it's just a social setting. Like we have to think about it like that. I'm getting happy, y'all, because like I said, I love to smell good. It's not the compliments and the attention, it's just like I love it myself. Like I know this smells good. I'm not buying it for someone. You're not buying it for other people, but you like to smell good and you're using that to your advantage. Like when you're cooking, you want your food to smell good, right? You don't want to be eating nothing that stink, I would suppose. Anything that's funky, unless you like chitterlings, which I don't like, but yeah. So perfumes, we have to think about it like that. Like just think deep about perfumes. Just think deep about it. Think deep about it. Think deep about it. And this can make it strategic in choosing a fragrance. Like I wouldn't say I'm using this to manipulate people or do whatever, but me choosing to wear certain fragrances to work and certain to the grocery store, certain to concerts, certain when I'm going on a date, that's considered a psychological choice, because I'm thinking, okay, what do I want to project? What do I want to, communicate to this person? It's psychology. Whatever kind of story you're trying to convey, or maybe you've never even thought about that, I encourage you to, if you're not into perfumes, that's fine. You can start getting into perfumes, and it could build your confidence. It could help you figure out, what you like, whatever. Like I said, it's just another form of communication. Is hitting on one of the five senses we have as human beings, and you can use it to your advantage, or just, like I said, if you're just interested in it. So don't forget to share your favorite fragrances at the bottom. Like, put me on. Let me know some fragrances you guys like. Like I said, I haven't smelled everything, and I'm just kind of like getting into deep in my bag of fragrances. Let me know if you guys like these kind of videos. Like I said, I'll do another video on my collection, and maybe we can talk about more perfumes and maybe another aspect of it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.